All right, go.
I'm rocking with Don Kilam.
Let's go. So you seen I've been eventful.
Yes.
Yeah. But I'm here, what's up? I'm outside though, I need fresh air.
Man, I feel you on that. Wish I could be outside too. Okay, so I only got 30 minutes. So my main question, and just like piggybacking off of like our last conversation, I want to know the process on how you pretty much got the screenshot in the school. You had got the client, I think it's like 170,000, like sent to their cash app and whatnot. So I don't know that.
Yeah, that was from the Treasury.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they sent it there, but you should need to send it to a business account. So
okay.
yeah,
I have one.
all right. So to make your name a business, I'm not a licensed attorney, tax expert. I do this for educational, informational purposes only. Yeah, we don't like that individual shit. But that was from one of the R&D tax credits.
Okay. Yeah, I have two regular LLCs before, like
Yeah. So I do it as a contractor, but I also do am a W-2 employee. I don't talk about it in the public though. You know, so because you gotta understand this. So we've talked, so you understand. I don't know if you're actually structured, but you was an entrepreneur. You was getting banked, right? And you could have took that. You probably kept cash though. You probably had a lot of cash then, huh? Did you take it to the bank?
I did at one point have like.
Yeah, you put it in the bank, and then you could have been paying yourself. But if you employ yourself, you can accept all the tax paperwork. Like, I'm not gonna put myself on taxes. I'm gonna laugh because listen, they're still trying to send me here and there. Like I've gotten they put me back on child support. Like I'm sending that shit right back, and it's like they can't. What they gonna do? It's my business. You know what I'm saying? It's my business. If they shut it down, I'll go open another one. But everything I do is through it's unincorporated association. So I am getting right now, I am a W-2 employee through the Kilam International Unincorporated Trust. That's me right now. So I work for the church. That's how I look at it. It's a family business. But I also contract with that name. But how I do it personally is I take loans and things like that out. So my individual name always is in debt. And then my businesses are always in debt too. They always go in the red every year. And that's how I write off net operating losses. You can just type in NOL 250,000. Now if you put somebody else on your business, y'all can both get 250,000 per business. And write all business losses off. But everything is tax forms. When you see me getting money back from that, it's tax forms. And then I'll give you access to the class too right now. To the non-grainer trust. How about that? That should make it worth it every penny. You hear me?
You got templates too?
I'm about to show you how to file taxes on this motherfucker.
Okay.
It's because everything is passive income to the trust. It's all passive to the trust. So you should be able to access it in the school now. I'm about to go there.
Okay.
Well, I want you to see. So yes, you see this? This is a whole template on how to file the 1041 for the trust. So all of this right here comes from the LLCs. because this is the beneficiary owner, so you don't have to file anything for the LLCs or any corporations that you have if it's part of the trust. So you can make this as put it under this a schedule, usually a Schedule A. So now the trust owns it. And all you have to do is file for it. And when you're doing this 1041, you're filing it as a complex trust. And then this is like, even with tax credits at the end of the day, this is who really has to go to, is the trust. And trust can't be taxed. Like, land, anything, you just tell me, hey, this is the trust, you can't tax me. It's not a taxable event.
And so, pretty much all of like the LLCs that I have will just go under that one.
Yup. But you're not you're not gonna operate in public with it though. You only deal with the businesses. You can open up a bank account if you choose to, but you create something separate to say, hey, because this is a private trust. You open something separate, like a banking resolution, say, hey, we're allowing this to happen in the public and this only, like a banking resolution. That makes sense? You gotta dictate the shots. If they don't know what you're talking about, fuck them. You gotta go somewhere else. Excuse my language, because you an empress on here. So I apologize. Yeah, it's better when it comes from you in a certain situation, because they're gonna bow down to the woman. They don't bow down to the black man. They shoot him. That's fucked up, but it's the truth. But they bow down to you, though. They do. The whole system. And you need to make sure you tell yourself that every day until you believe it. And then it'll happen once it becomes part of your beliefs. Because that's the only weakness I've seen in you. It's not a bad weakness, but you need to know what the fuck it is. And then you run your kingdom, because you don't want to hold everything down with your tribe. So, yeah. Everything about me is creating a cash flow. So that's one of my weaknesses, too. Like, among people that's coming around me, y'all got to have y'all's own hustle with cash flow or something. Everybody got to be equal, because you're only strong as your weakest link.
Right.
It makes sense. But just like where you at right now, if everybody's where you're at right now, imagine how strong you are. Just where you're at with everybody.
Right.
That makes sense. And then you can't do nothing but progress. Period. So that's all I'm saying. That's personal, though. I ain't mean to cut into this call. But yeah, that's what this too, though. So it's like you really got to get a little delusional. And I used to just sit in a dark room in the bathroom, because it reminded me of prison. And I was just like, well, I made my name a business. Listen, it's funny, but this is the truth. I just look at the piece of paper. I'm like, it's not me. I look in the mirror. I said, that's you. You know what I'm saying? I said, I work for the name. Until it clicked. And then one day it just clicked. I'm like, damn, I am who I say I am. Because your children call you mother. Your sister call you sister. Your mother call you daughter. You are someone of many names, just like Source. Source goes by many names, but what's understood don't have to be explained. So I really don't have to explain it. I am who I am. But today, this is what's going on. You feel me? With my estate, my legacy. Because this is your story. And that's what DON stands for, Dreams Obey Narrators. Or Decide on Now Create Tomorrow. Because time's not even real. That's their shit too. So you dictate what goes on in the dark. So, and how I started learning this is what I call real nigga court, okay? So I was around people in the hood, and they would check like messengers, and like they'd have court. Like dudes would get together and see which girls they was all talking to and stuff, and like No, we not fucking with her like they call it real. So I have court with Allah because only God can judge me. And I'll put the motions or whatever in that box. Whatever I will create, that's what's gonna happen because an unrefuted affidavit stands as truth in the courtroom, right? So this is my courtroom. Because what happens if you don't speak in theirs? What they say goes, right? So what happens if they don't speak in yours? Yeah. I'm trying to tell you, because this is a woman's world, not a man. It takes a man to raise a man, but a woman to raise a nation. Look behind you. That's real court. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm looking at. Straight up. Real court. Because you got to understand, so spirit controls the mind, right? Mind controls the body, right? So do this right now. Now, did your mind tell your hand to do that? You had to. Your brain had to do the, but your brain had to tell you. So you follow me? So your spirit controls your mind, and your mind controls your body. And I'm saying the closest thing to spirit is your self-talk by yourself. So when you stop breathing, you die, right? So when you get the story together with yourself, and continue to say it enough times until you believe it, it's going to control your mind and it controls your body, which controls your reality. It's going to lead to whatever the fuck you say is going to happen.
We'll be back after a quick break.
Peace and love, it's your boy Don Kilam, and welcome to Dream Keepers Radio, that private life podcast. You're here, tuned in with your boy, and this is brought to you by Follow the Yellow Brick Road by Don Kilam. Search the book on Amazon now. Go get the book and uncover the matrix and how the United States is operating in the financial marketplace. Much peace and love.
Just finding alignment or bringing alignment to the words that
Yeah, so with me, instead of voodoo, because it's voodoo to me, right? The doll is your name. So when you're by yourself, why do you need meeting minutes? You know what I'm saying? It's not. They have to write it down in the book for it to be Monday, or it's not Monday. So you have to write something down in your book. I started learning this by writing bucket list and go list. So same thing with this paperwork. It's all spells. So you got to have that intention. Like before you do anything, whatever you're doing, you got to know what spell you're putting on that paperwork. Because they already know what spell they want to happen. They already know what intended outcome they want to happen when they send the paperwork to you, right? So you got to have the intended outcome of what you want to happen. You got to see that shit and visualize it before you even fucking touch it.
So that's why he was showing the envelope like a turkey finger.
Yeah. But you got to understand. So listen, here's the fucked up part. The name is your mom gave it to you, but then she gave it to them. So they believe they have control over it. You feel me? So that's what you have to. That's just what you have to like. Something has to click. Like it's just an entity, but you have control over it. But it's really not yours because they also like you're co-creating with the devil. And then so the next step would be with the county, especially with the county, but anybody that's in power, you need to like have your own type of like birth certificate. You gotta get rid of that shit.
Yeah, I got my status alert stuff.
Did you get baby land deeds through?
Yeah.
That's important. So you can use baby land deeds for sure. That's definitely with the county recorder's office.
All right. And I do have my
Yes. You can do it where you was born too.
So both places.
Yeah, you would label those as exhibits. So they have to put it on the record. You just do it like it's land. Because you are land. And that's basically what status select is there for. They're making you part of the land jurisdiction. But just make sure like you have something separate because I see you have your paperwork. You see they made your name into an unincorporated trust? So when you see the paperwork, they made your name into an unincorporated trust. You need to have another trust, that non-grainer trust that you have access to now. And you can put it in Google Gemini too and recreate it however you want.
Okay.
But create a different name that is not your name. You feel me? You know, like I got Kilam International.
I actually have another name.
Yeah. Do that, and that's gonna control everything that's actually your name, and that's due to the alter ego doctrine. So always have a trust represent you, if that makes sense, or even a holding company.
Yeah, I have a holding company as well.
And then you tell that motherfucker you about to get rich. But all your expenses, like you've been paying and everything, like even your children, like get that shit together, make all their names DBAs and stuff, and you can file all tax credits on all of that, on everybody. Now you're living at the family office, cause you gotta write this shit off somehow. You gotta get their energy back somehow. That's how I look at it. But everything is an education expense for everything, like the cell phone bill. You know, you're paying for the school. Even cable bills, like anything that can be used to learn. Computer, get a computer, you know, anything. Electronics for sure. Cell phone bills for sure.
Yeah, so pretty much like the same way that you would write off anything in a business, you would like to your business.
Yes. I'm gonna give you the actual links that you can look at for the R&D.
Okay.
Matter of fact. And really, if you go to this actual YouTube, they got all the paperwork for everything. Like you see how long they are? They show you how the Philly is out. I pay people because I have a headache, but that shit gave me a headache. The first one I ever did gave me a headache. I said I ain't messing with it. Well, I'm sure they got systems now, like software.
Right.
Did you see? Nah, hell no. So look, they do the education. They do the education tax credits too.
Okay.
Oh, let me go back.
In this video.
And this shit free though, but I just put it in the school. It's really out there for free. But people that here. Look, check this out. Discharging property from the federal tax lien. That's hard. So boom, there's some right there's another one too right there. So this the withholding agent. That'd be something to learn. This is for health insurance. If you got health insurance, you can get that money back too. But they got the education on here somewhere. There they go.
2600. Form 8863.
You put that in the chat.
Education.
But books, whatever makes sense. But everything's a program. So, but R&D is where it's at. And then when you gonna write check, make you Google Gemini your friend. But net operating loss. Because if you don't owe taxes, this becomes part of tax credits. Well, I don't know if you're hip to this, if you use this at all. Google Gemini.
I haven't used it yet.
Oh man, you can put the trust in here. Let me find the trust. I'm about to show you.
And so with the 4852, that's basically the way that I would create my W-2 as, from my business.
The 4852? They'll show you how to do that too. I got it in the school, but no. 4852 is what I utilize it for and how I was trying to use it is that's how you get back the income tax that you've been working. Like the federal, Medicaid, all of that. It makes sense?
Yeah. But you get your wages though back too. Like everything has been processed. Like the process.
Yeah, every let me show you. Let's pull up the form. So you see, Social Security, Medicare tax, federal income tax, and then if you had state tax. You get all that back. That's just one form per year. And they let you go back 3 years, I know for sure. I've seen some people get 5.
But I'm saying in the federal income tax withheld part, you put your wages too, correct?
We'll be back after a quick break.
In a world where borders can limit opportunities, one book dares to challenge the norm and empower foreign nationals like never before. Introducing Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by best-selling author Don Kilam. Did you know there is a difference being a citizen and national? This is for foreign nationals seeking to expand their horizons. Do you dream of obtaining a diplomatic passport and the freedom it brings? Don Kilam reveals the secrets to unlocking diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Discover why you are already a foreign national, learn the steps to obtain a diplomatic passport, and explore how you can be recognized by numerous nations on your diplomatic journey. Most never knew they could have diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. This book is a game changer for anyone seeking freedom and recognition on the international stage. Get your copy of Can't Touch This today and embark on a journey towards diplomatic immunity and creating your own nation. Order your copy now and unlock the power of diplomatic immunity as a foreign national. Can't Touch This: Diplomatic Immunity as a Foreign National by Don Kilam. Available now at leading bookstores and online. Get your copy today.
You can, yeah. But there's wages right here. You see? They're going to give you the taxes back. Not the wages, just the taxes. I'm going to download this. I'm going to get this trust and show you how to do it. You got the I don't think I sent you the private member files either, huh? I'm gonna have to give you that. It's gonna come from files.fm. And then other tax credits will be found in something called the Capitalizing Namepreneur. And there's a webinar in the private member file. Yeah, I was proud of that book. I felt like I was better than the 1099 OID shit because people got hemmed up on that stuff. Like back in the day, when I used to be scared. When I did it, I didn't even want nobody to know I did it. And then I helped a few people get some money. I was like, we not gonna tell nobody that I helped you. We not gonna tell nobody. They still out here kicking it, so I mean they can tell people now. I think we'll be all right. Yeah, I was scared. Even when I was helping people like get rid of mortgages and stuff, I was scared to death. When I first started helping people get rid of cars and all, yeah, I was scared. I just knew I was doing something wrong. You just be like, because people ain't supposed to know this shit. But everybody know it now. All right, I got the trust template. So with the I got an actual questionnaire that I utilize. Let me find it real quick, cause that's how I would put it in ChatGPT. So when people come get this trust from me, like I got a couple I need to do right now. I got one person I'm helping with the tax credits. They so impatient. I'm waiting on the accountant, homie. So with the trust that I use, the $9,000 irrevocable complex discretionary expensive trust, you want to name the trust, right? So I put the template in Google Gemini. And then settling information. And then we have the trustee, and that's where you want to be. How you spell your last name? We'll just put Marie. We'll just put Marie. Gang. We'll just fill this in later. We'll fill this in later. And then my kids would be I would give them trustee positions, never beneficiaries.
Okay.
And then just remember, a business can do anything a person can do besides vote. So I would be like, and then beneficiary. It's gonna pop up something, but this will help you, get all the blanks filled in. And this is a $10,000 trust. I already know people selling it. But inside the actual trust is like non-disclosure agreements, like independent contractor agreements. Like, it's a lot of different stuff. Bill of sales, like you can really show you how to put your house in there. Well, you can actually, there's only 4 pages, let's see. So this is enough to set some stuff up,
Right.
Well, I'm gonna put this in the chat for you.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
know if you have any questions. So with me, I think corporate association, I already sent you one. That's my way to go. You start Truist, whatever one is having. Down there, maybe you should went to a different Truist. You know, I've had multiple Truist accounts, and then Texas PNC, Chase. Another bank I like down there is Frost. I do like Frost Bank.
Okay. I got one up the street.
Yeah, I do like Frost Bank. They don't shut your shit down, but they will if you travel. You won't get to use your card. Like you have to check in with them, like they're a probation officer or something. But yeah, but Frost is a good bank. So I had them for years.
It's all right up the street.
They give people second chances and everything. So the same way with Regions, if there's a Regions down there. The only one that don't really like our trust is Wells Fargo. Never had a trust account at Wells Fargo. I always do like corporations. Yeah, so that's another thing too. You can always, if you ever have issues, the unincorporated association, you can create a corporation, put it under Schedule A of the trust, and then use the same bylaws, banking resolution, use all the same thing. Just move it as a corporation, and then make the incorporator the actual unincorporated trust.
I got you. Got you.
Then if you have cash flows, that's when you go to the lenders.
Yeah, cash flow.
Cause let me show you. Cause you can do that now, man. And then if you and your kids do on the same accord, have like weekly let's say like weekly fees that you have to pay each other weekly or something, and run it through your businesses, then y'all all got cash flows, every single business. Does that make sense?
Now my question is there a way to have it to where my occupation pays for the student?
Yeah. Send it there. Well, you can send that straight to your LLC. Like even if they're not contracting with you, you can still have everything direct deposit to your LLC. And you should be maneuvering like when your money, if you're getting taxed, because you are, I would get out of that situation. You know, with the W-4T. Do you have all that information? But like so it's a W-4T. It gets you a determination of the W-4, but the replacement would be the WBEN. You would say you're foreign, and maybe if you're scared they're gonna have kickbacks. That's where I'm gonna get the Palau ID and say now I'm a Palauian.
So I ain't tripping.
Do what?
But they don't really know how to do the stuff they supposed
But they're not gonna know. So some people be trying to tell you kickback.
I'll take it.
If you working for me, you ain't never gonna pay taxes. I don't do that shit. But you see this is what I'm emailing to you. It's a W-4T.
Okay.
But the replacement, because they still have to put the tax information on file. You do that W-8BEN.
Okay.
You're foreign, you know?
Gotcha.
Let me send you the W-8BEN too.
Now, being a state national, that would make me foreign as well.
Yeah, but that would some people don't know how to enforce that shit.
Okay.
But you can enforce a Palau ID. But that's how I go about it as a national. And that's how the paperwork's showing too. 8 USC 1408, you see? But, you know, if you was talking to a regular motherfucker, they're not gonna get that. I'm from the Republic of Texas, but not the corporation. Like, this motherfucker crazy.
California
She's a Californian. Like, what? That means you're a U.S. citizen. Like, no, America was founded on not paying taxes. Straight up. That's how I'm talking. But you can't argue with a lesser mind.
Right. No, for real.
You know, like straight up. But if like they're not supposed to deny you that paperwork though. But I've seen successes. I've seen people get kicked back and not even try to enforce it. And then I have seen jobs say, if you want to do that, we're gonna fire you. Like I would sue them off that. Like,
Right.
let me see your handbook. Let me see your handbook.
Right. For real. I was thinking, okay. So then, as far as like the travel IDs, I didn't think
Did you paid for one?
not yet. But
All
I
right.
think you said you put them on pause.
Yeah, they is, but I'll get you one.
Okay.
I'm gonna start them this week. Let me get them out first though, because I got about 100 of them I need to do. But yeah, it's top priority this week. That's why I'm about to shut down the consults. I'm like, hey, y'all can't book now for like a whole month.
Okay.
Cause that's really what be taking up my time. And then I be locked in a room just doing Zoom calls all day, and doing IDs. I be going crazy, so. But you know, I have to leave myself to lesser, but lower vibrational people. But it's fun though.
Is the link still open in the school? Yeah.
No, it's like $1,000.
I can send to you.
Yeah, you can. I'll let you know when I'm on it though, so I can get yours right out. You ain't gotta wait for it.
Alright, cool.
Yeah. So yeah, really, I'm about to get settled somewhere. We're off grid where nobody knows where I'm at and not moving until I get that shit done. And then focus on selling the rest of these tickets out for Las Vegas. Yeah, it's right around the corner. Yup. But yeah, it's like one man show. I don't know how to put it. Like, I'm doing my best right now. So I was supposed to be doing a meeting tonight, but I'll probably not. But sometimes this week, like people that all want to just be part of the team, we're going to get together and figure out how to structure this shit. Okay? Because it's money. It's money. Yeah. For real. I mean, this might be the week because nigga is getting a big ass bag this week. Yeah.
I'm not balancing anything.
I feel you. We're gonna figure it out. Right. I need to. So what I need right now is getting the IDs like designed. Like I got my own way of doing it. I need to get on a Zoom call, record it, let everybody see how I do it, and then give everybody the access to do it. And I need somebody else to be like, hey, this will be my specialty, and I'll just contract everything through you, and we both getting paid. And that's what I'm on, so I don't even have to worry about it no more. I can just collect orders. Because that's how it's going to run smoothly. All right, for real. So I move them motherfucking IDs like motherfucking tarot cards, you hear me? Motherfucker. Like everybody want one because they see. Look, listen, if people go to the places I go, you're gonna get your money back the first night on what you pay for it. Straight up. Like my bill was like 2 nights in a row. It was over $1,000. I was like, no, take them taxes off, bro. Manager come talk to me. Like, hey, see what's going. They talk to you. Sometimes they want to talk to you, see what it is and shit. But yeah, I'm making sure that tax money going to your employee's pocket. Straight up. That's how I move. Like I'm not gonna don't be a real cheap ass in there. If motherfucker taking off $200-300, you can at least get him a Hyundai. It's 100, man. That's how I'm moving. But you got any more questions? Was this an informative call? But yeah, so and there's one more thing is I don't necessarily know how to do it. I had someone that was doing it for me. It was an individual that was running as a sole proprietorship, but they was filling something out called a Schedule H. It's household employment taxes, and they would get anywhere between $30,000 to $100,000 back every time they filled it out. So I don't. That's just not my specialty. I can't be like, hey, this is what I do. Go do this. But yeah, and they also run. They did sick pay on that too. But I teach sick pay. I do that on the 940. So when you hire yourself every year, you have a certain incentive for. It depends where you're at. You get a certain amount of sick pay. The employee gets it, and the employer. Tax credits. If you got felons in your family, you want to give them a chance. Anything. If you're trying. And then another thing I had found out is you ever heard like workforce development, and so you can contract with them too if you you can provide some type of training. They give you money, but they want you to have a brick and mortar location. So I done seen motherfuckers get anywhere from 8,000 to 20,000 per person for certain programs. So cause the program gonna be cheap. They be trying to do shit on the computer. Literally, that's what they do. Like, it could be some shit you made with AI, like, swear to God. And then a trucking business, like, the government gives you money for that, too, like, for training. So, I'm just... Yeah, but workforce development, motherfuckers be juicing their ass. All you need is a building, man. I'm trying to tell you. It's a Wi-Fi. And then you already in the school. I don't know if you tried out any of the grants. Skip. And then did you ever go to Fiverr.com?
You said Fiverr?
Yeah. So first of all, let me get back to this too before we get on the phone. So look, you see this? I just want you to see this. They don't give a fuck about your credit. All they care is about cash flow. And it used to be 6 months. That's why I be telling y'all, this says 3 months now. So it's even better. They want you to have at least $7,500 in cash flow each month. So I'm telling you, if there's 30 days in a month, say if you get $2,000 cash, just $2,000 cash flow and running in and out 20 times, that's $40,000 cash flow. You can do that in 30 days for each. Then y'all each got accounts, boom, boom. But just make sure you got paperwork to match it. What's it for? What's the stuff? Private member services, private member console, things of that nature is how I utilize it. But you see this? All you need is a 500 credit score. You can go to Kick right now and have a signature of 500. That's an easy trade line, right? Okay, make sure you don't need no help with that. But this is not hard to match. How long you been working at your job? And you could have did this in 3 months of that year and been about that motherfucker. And then, or you can just stay there and work this loan and do it again. So there's 10 lenders. This is just the first one I go to. And they're all in the school. So, but they all work the same way. I don't push this enough though, do I?
My last question. Should I get an EIN for my name as a business?
Yes.
Get the EIN?
Yes. You want to open bank accounts for all of those. But just make sure that you have a trust that's a beneficial owner or the incorporated. So that you don't have to be liable for nothing. If you don't want your social attached to the EINs, then you fax it in or call it in.
just gonna need the address.
I go to iPostal One. That's what I use.
Post one.
And they're good to me. And I get to send certified mail out. And dealing with courts. I don't never have to go to the post office. And then if you want your registered agent, just go to Northwest Registered Agent and you can get mail to them too. They accept mail for you. They just send you emails or pictures of it.
Yeah, that's who I did my LLCs for.
Okay. So you like them?
Yeah.
They do EINs for $200, even though it's free. With no EIN,
I
with
know,
no
I've
social
been like,
check.
I don't even think I want to do it.
No, because listen, you can literally, here's what you got to do. I need to do a class on this. Look. All you got to do is fax it in. You can send and receive fax. But look, check this out. Check this out. Mine, I need to pay them too. They tried to charge me today. I need to pay them. My card was locked. But you can receive fax with Opal Virtues because this is my business too. Oh, I don't know my password. I'm supposed to be saved. But they send it as an email.
Okay.
Look, you see my fax number right here at the bottom? And it comes to me as an email, and I can reply to it and everything.
Oh, that's dope.
But yeah, this is my address. It's a physical location, though. But yeah, this ain't nothing but like $10 to get this.
Cool.
And then that saves you a lot of money.
Right.
That's it. I covered everything. Well, you can hit me up. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Just let me know. If you got any more, if you got questions that you forgot, and then just make sure you got the access to the private member files. It comes with files.fm. It probably went to the spam box. It's like 42 gigabytes of stuff. Yep, the one that's tied to the school. And then the email that you use on Calendly, that's where this replay will go. I appreciate you. You look good too, girl. And now stay focused and just know this is your world, man. And whatever the fuck you want to happen is gonna happen. Don't accept nothing less, even if it doesn't look like it. Like, don't believe the lie. Like, it's a lie. Believe it. So sometimes you just gotta be delusional. Literally when shit be happening to me, because it's yin and yang. But no matter what, I'm like a cat. When I get thrown up, I fall on prosperity. That makes sense? Yeah, give it to God. Guys do it all the time. They're gonna create, but you're gonna be challenged. But you don't have to fucking work. It's not a word smarter, not harder, because you already know that when you put your mind to something, you get money for it. Like, I was proud of your story. I'm like, that's what's up. She already knows. Because I wouldn't do that. Like, I know people that get paid off a camera. There's no way I'm going to trust that I'm going to make enough money to feed my family by snapping pictures and recording off one camera. Like, people invest everything they have in a camera, and they end up figuring it out, and it always works out because they believed it was going to. So pick one thing, stick with it. Direct your life first in the dark, and then make it manifest. But like I said, I make my name a business first. Even with your children, you make their name businesses and decide, talk to them. What's done in the dark comes up to light. Corpse is a dead body. Action means action. So it's up to you to bring the corporation to life. I believe the corporations, when we make them, they're attached directly to our chakras. because that's our baby.
For real. And when you actually sit down and do like the astrology behind it, and you take like when you formed your business, the time to treat it like a birth chart and end up picking up the person. Like
So you just co-signed my recollection and clarity. So you just gave me confirmation because somebody else would have knocked it. That's lit. That's lit. But that's how I maneuver too with phone numbers, because I believe numbers have frequencies. So some people they look at the address, they won't put their business there. Phone number, they won't do it. Yeah, it has to match a certain frequency.
I'm the same way.
Yeah. That's what's up. Now it's time to make those ducats happen. But you see, I gave you the vision, clarity, like you can see it. So my top 10 lenders, let me put that in there too, because you got a whole team. Y'all can figure this out together. Because the top 10 lenders, I got money from all these people. The one part, they gave me multiple loans on multiple businesses, and if we pay it back, we get more, right? We never supposed to defraud, but I ain't never paying them motherfuckers back. And they'll still approve me for the next business. I'm like, these motherfuckers is low. Like, who is your underwriter? You'll have access to the chat. This is my top 10. Once you start doing, now some of them are going to be 6 months, so just look into it. And then, but you said you already had some older ones, right? So they'll look at those are the ones I will work on because they've been open. And so they'll be like, what date has it opened? And then they'll only look at the last 3 to 6 months bank statements. But the older, the better.
Now, I'm wondering if I can change my EINs for these businesses so they...
Yeah, you can always do that.
Okay.
I ain't never been questioned about changing the EIN. Yeah, because I do it. You know what I'm saying? I've done it. So, yeah.
Okay.
As long as it matches the Secretary of State paperwork.
Okay. So it's just a matter of just going... Well, I would probably have to fax it in, right?
Yup, fax it in.
Okay.
Or call it.
Okay.
And then you just say your form when they ask for the social. All right, much peace and love.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You got this shit. I know. We do this shit here. From the mountaintop, you feel me? It's your boy Don Kilam.
Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G. Hey, yo, check 1, 2. This is Flavor Flav in the building, you know what I'm saying? Word up. Hey, yo, make sure y'all check out the song bars, you know what I'm saying? Word up by my man Don Kilam. You heard? A Fresco King. Yeah, boy. You know what time it is. Make sure y'all check out the bars by my boy. All right? Flavor Flav in the building. Yo, Don Kilam, keep doing your thing, G.